A swamp knows all about death.
Thought Chase Andrews would have more common sense. Best quarterback this town ever had. Boys, are these your footprints here?
Yes, sir.
Guys, it was clearly the boys who killed him. Clearly.
No fingerprints, no tracks.
We do have those red fibers found on the jacket.
Sweater, scarf. Hell, it can be anything. And we gotta find it.
Guys, it was a suicide. Calling it now.
Could have been that woman lives out in the marsh. She's crazy enough for the loony bin. I just bet she'd be up to something like this.
Well, my brother's always told me that marsh girl's the missing link.
Look.
A red scarf.
Could get a warrant. Plain view. Probable cause, Sheriff.
Congratulations, you found your probable cause. A red piece of clothing.
There she is.
This is the Sheriff's Department. Shut down your engine.
Why would you run? This does not look good. How did you see her? How did he find her in the first place?
I'm Tom Milton. I'm a lawyer. May I come in? I can't help you unless I know you. Brought you this just in the meantime.
People forget about the creatures who live in shells.
She is a creature that lives in a shell.
Hey! How many times I told you not to mess in my goddamn boat? Get in the house! Are you stupid? Gotta learn respect.
Stop it! You're hurting me! You leave my boat alone!
Shut up!
Wow, happy family here, huh? How long have they been living in no man's land with that guy? Okay, I guess mommy has had enough.
Mom! Mom?
I'm really missing some vital pieces of information here. So I've seen that woman getting hit once, and immediately she leaves.
Murph was the first to leave. A few months later, Mandy and Missy. Then finally, Jody.
I have to go, Kaya. I can't live here no longer. If you're in trouble, run and hide deep in the marsh way out where the crawdads sing.
I learned from the mistakes of the others how to live with him.
Why did she even stay? Why would the youngest stay behind and not go with one of them? This family backstory is a bit hard to believe. Why didn't the mother just run away with all of them? Or why didn't all siblings run away together?
You go to school, huh? Do you know that they publish the school lunch menu in the paper? You could get a nice hot meal, make some friends.
Isn't school that way? You've just as much of a right to be there. Go along now.
Yeah, but will you be there to protect her? I doubt it.
Can you spell dog, honey?
C-A-T.
G-O-D. Well, we can all use practice, can't we?
She just spelled it backwards. You idiot. Did you even notice that?
That was the only day I ever spent in school.
I wouldn't say you spent the day in school.
Mom's alive!
Give it to me.
What's she saying? Stop it! Stop that!
She ain't never coming back.
Pa took to burning any trace of Ma. And then one day, he was gone. Not like the pain when Ma left, but being completely alone.
He just left too? Or did he die?
Catherine Danielle Clark of Berkeley County, North Carolina, is charged with the murder in the first degree of Chase Lawrence Andrews.
Because she owned a red hat, which might not even be hers.
I won't say anything that implies guilt.
Promise me that you will think about it.
I have to get out of here. One way. Or the other.
What's the other? Breaking out?
Mr. Jackson Henry Clark married Miss Julianne Maria Jacks. Master Napier Murphy Clark. Miss Mary Helen Clark. I miss them.
Surely they come back later on, right? To visit her trial. At least one of them. Most likely her mother.
There are some fine group homes that would help keep a young woman out of trouble.
She's not alone. She's got a father with her.
Well, I've never seen anybody home all the times I've been by. You don't have any reason to lie to me, do you, boy?
Of course not. Just because you're a pedophile? That doesn't make you untrustworthy.
We gotta meet some real scouts here.
Hi, Kai. Good to see you, too.
Social services are looking for me again. They're gonna pull me in like a trout, put me in some group home.
You know, it's polite to greet people when you see them.
How old is she actually? I mean, he's clearly in his 20s, so... And she's probably early 20s too.
Tate, I appreciate you teaching me to read and all the things you gave me. Why do you do it? Don't you have a girlfriend or something?
He's playing the long game. He's hoping for a payoff in 5 years.
Am I your girlfriend now?
I hope so, because you're pregnant now. Actually, you should marry right away. I wonder what any of this has to do with the dead guy. Did Tate kill him, defending her honor?
God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why? What's wrong?
Tate, I want to.
I care about you too much. Look, Kai, I want you more than anything, but I can't be damaged as easily. It's more dangerous for you, you understand?
What kind of reasoning was that? He just changes his mind? Halfway through? Because he cares too much.
You know I'm going away soon. To college. One more night.
One more night.
Your last night and you still didn't fuck? What is this relationship?
You're gonna forget about me. When you get busy with all that college stuff. All those pretty girls.
I could never forget you, Kai.
What do you even know about pretty college girls?
I'll be back before you know it. We'll meet on your beach and watch fireworks together.
This can only end in disappointment.
No.
You got fireworks. What else do you need?
There were no footprints around the body and no fresh fingerprints either. Not even on the grate, which somebody had to open. All this indicated that someone had destroyed evidence.
Isn't it true that these grates were left open so often and considered so dangerous that your office submitted a written request to the U.S. Forest Service? This is a copy of that request. Who wrote this, Sheriff?
I did.
I must repeat, these grates are very dangerous. If action is not taken, a serious injury or death will occur.
This typical courtroom uproar.
Can I carry that for you?
No, thank you.
I got it.
Please? You can get it.
I said no.
Oh, I'm Chase Andrews. You're something else, ain't you?
I know you think I'm trash, but I'm worth more than a picnic.
Oh, no.
She knows her value, god damn it.
The fibers from the cap and the jacket matched exactly.
And where was that cap found?
It was found in Miss Clark's residence.
It doesn't really seem to be the climate for that kind of hat.
It's an adventure, come on.
And he's done. What an adventure.
It'll feel better for you later. The more you do it.
I don't ever want to do this again.
The shell necklace that Chase wore every day was missing from these items that law enforcement recovered from his body the day that he was found.
He broke it off with her. She knew she couldn't have him anymore, so she killed him and took back the
Objection,
ugly
no.
necklace.
Oh, Tate's back. Where does he come from? Did those two get into a fight over her?
What's that marsh girl like in bed, man?
It's his hat! It's his hat! Why is he even wearing that thing right now?
You're a waste of her time.
Doesn't seem to be cold.
Go ahead, Cosway. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hmm? Come on, you're tough, right?
He stole the hat! He stole the hat!
It's enough!
The black guy touched the hat! The black guy! All eyes on that fucking head.
I'm working at the new lab near town, so I'm here now. I'm back for good.
He's back. He's back. He's back for good.
Is there any way that you could possibly forgive me, Kaya? Please.
Maybe if you give me your red hat.
What you doing in town?
I had some good news from the publishers, so I thought we could celebrate.
You know Brian, Tina, Carl. You guys know Kaya?
Sure, yeah, the Marsh girl.
Pleased to meet you, Kaya. I'm Chase's fiance.
This girl gets betrayed left and right. Not in the middle though. Because there's no third guy.
Jody?
There I am in Asheville, and I see your book in a shop. Catherine Danielle Clark.
What about Ma?
My past, Kaya.
God damn it, she missed the trial.
You know, any other man would have tried to change you, to fix you. I never did.
So you owe him a big thank you. Oh, sexy, sexy foreplay.
You belong to me. I'm not letting you go this time.
You bother me again, and I'll kill you!
She shouted it real loud, sir. Is she in the courtroom today? Is that in there? The defendant.
I finally understood why Ma had to leave.
Did she now? Did she also have to leave you?
You can't be here.
I just wanted to check on you. Jim said he hadn't seen you
He
since.
brought his hat.
Hey, you cold?
I don't need you to take care of me.
I know, but just take my hat.
I said I don't need your help.
Just take it.
What was that? Here, take my hat. Here, take it, take it. This whole hat thing is a bit forced.
You want to tell me what happened to your eye? It was that chase.
You can't tell anybody. You know how it is. They drag me into the sheriff's office and make me describe it to a bunch of men, and then write me up in the papers accusing me of whoring.
How do you know all that? She just lives in the marsh all her life? Only really leaves to visit this shop?
You sat down for dinner with Miss Clark at 7 p.m. on the night of October 29, correct?
Yes.
What was your first impression of her?
That she killed a man.
I have lived in Barkley Cove my whole life. I heard the tall tales told about the Marsh girl. We labeled her and rejected her because we thought she was different. It's time, at last, to be fair to the Marsh girl.
A tad too preachy.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Catherine Danielle Clark, not guilty.
How many decades have passed? The truth comes out decades later? Jesus Christ. Many, many decades later. Mommy returns after all. Do you smell something burning, Marsh girl?
The marsh knows all about death. It understands that every creature does what it must to survive, and that sometimes, for prey
A
to live,
necklace? Maybe now?
its predator must die.
Well, that ending sadly ruined the movie a bit. I don't find the main character believable at all. A girl in the 60s who lives in the marsh without television and without even reading stories, a girl who's only concerned about nature and hardly even communicates with the outside world, except for 2 shop owners and 2 lovers. That person is supposed to be such a criminal mastermind, to plan a first-degree murder, cover all her tracks and get away with it. Come on.